What's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. Believe it or not, it is inevitable for silver to skyrocket. It's not an if, but a when. The craziest thing about silver is there isn't just one reason we're relying on silver to skyrocket. There's multiple reasons that make it inevitable, whether it is scarcity, low supply, high demand pushes the price up, the industrial sector booming over the next 5 to 10 years, production declining. I mean, it's getting harder to find. Stackers are saving it up. We also have the monetary aspect, and I don't just mean the monetary aspect as silver being a monetary metal like gold, but I mean our fiat monetary system collapsing. The dollar's lost 98% of its original purchasing power. We're $30 trillion in debt. People are turning towards safe havens, and it is a way to store your wealth. See, there's so many things going on in the economy right now, and all of it points towards silver exploding. It's the perfect storm is here. The stars have aligned. And if anyone tries to tell you that there's a better investment out there that makes more sense than silver, then one, they're either blatantly lying, two, they're delusional, or three, they won't set their ego aside to wake up and see what's really happening. I mean, nothing else makes as much sense. And why do you think billionaires are piling into silver? Warren Buffett, Jim Rogers. I mean, I'm not even going to name all of them. I've covered videos over the last couple months of, I think, 5 or 6 different billionaires. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason. It's not just random. My name isn't Silver Slayer, just randomly picked out of a hat. It could have been Gold Guy or Bitcoin Boy. No, there's a reason. And today we're going to look at one of these reasons. Before we jump into this video, I did want to mention, if you want to win some of that silver we're talking about in this video, all you got to do is click one button and type 5 letters. How about that? Go enter my 60,000 subscriber silver giveaway. The entry video is live. It's in the description or the pinned comment. And we're getting very, very close, folks. I'm averaging like 100 to 200 subscribers per day. So at this rate, the giveaway is going to be announced next week. And if you don't go enter right now, you're going to miss it, and you will be extremely disappointed, kicking yourself in the butt, regretting that you didn't take my advice of what I just said 5 seconds ago. And also, if you want to purchase some silver, if you want to make sure your chances are 100% instead of just, 2%, then go buy some silver from the best bullion dealer out there, Miles Franklin. He will match or potentially beat any other price from any other retail dealer. If you could prove that there's a cheaper price out there, send it to him, take a screenshot or whatever, or send him the link, and he will match that price or beat it. All you got to do is send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let him know Silver Slayer sent you. They would love to hear it. Now, let's jump into this. Silver demand for solar panels is expected to grow by 15% in 2022. Let me ask you a question. What do you think that percentage is going to be by the year 2025 or the year 2030? We know that production's been slowing down over the last 7 years, and even if production started to pick up now, we're too deep in the hole. We know that the COMEX and LBMA vaults are empty. There's only 900 million ounces left in the COMEX vaults, and demand exceeds over 1 billion ounces. So by next year, COMEX vaults will literally be empty. But not only that, what about electric vehicles? Only solar panel demand is expected to grow by 15%. Imagine solar panel and EV demand by the year 2025. Do you even think in a couple years we'll be able to keep up with this? We barely can now. According to Metals Focus, global renewable energy sector benefited from the ongoing energy crisis, which is especially important in the context of precious metals demand. The consultancy said that photovoltaic or PV cells, which require silver, they're set to break installation records in 2022 as the conflict between those two countries are highlighted, which is the need for a more rapid transition to clean energy. By the way, a single Tomahawk missile requires 500 ounces of silver. So the war also has played a huge part. But not only that, we have 5G towers. There's so many things as we advance in this new digital technological era that it's beyond just solar panels and electric vehicles. The other things add up too, just not as it's not as big of a percentage, but everything, if we really put together, this new sci-fi era we're moving into with flying cars and yada yada, we already can barely keep up with the silver demand. When people, aka the industry, realize this, and I say by the year 2025, silver's natural price will be exposed. I mean, some people say it could be a lot sooner for certain other reasons, but regardless, it's inevitable for silver to skyrocket. We already have seen at least 24 countries reach the 1 gigawatt scale of new annual capacity, with global PV capacity expected to surpass 200 gigawatts for the first time in 2022. This compares with 116 gigawatts in 2019. According to Metals Focus statistics, the amount of silver used in solar cell production will exceed 3,900 tons, which is 126 million ounces this year, up 15% year over year. To put this into context, this will account for almost 25% of total silver industrial demand, forecast at 533 million ounces for this year. 533 million ounces when production is only around 800 million ounces and the demand exceeded 1.112 billion ounces, not including the investment sector, not including electric vehicles, not including 5G towers. I mean, numbers don't lie. And when you look at statistics like this, as you see on my channel, I show statistics. Anyone who's trying to say there's plenty of silver out there or the silver shortage is a myth and these guys don't know what they're talking about, then where's the proof? Show me the info, show me the data, because I'm showing you the data right in front of your face. I mean, forecast of 533 million ounces. Production is 800 million ounces that comes out of the Earth's crust. Demand exceeded 1.112 billion ounces this year. So that's already less than a half, or around half the amount of silver just from solar panels, not including electric vehicles, not including places like India that are the largest consumers of silver, not including most silver being thrown away, not including cell phones, laptops, dental alloys, space equipment, colloidal silver in the medical world, 5G towers, silver lithium ion batteries. I mean, imagine in a couple of years, where do you think all of this is leading to? Low supply, high demand shoots the price up. That's investing 101. And not only that, there is a direct correlation between silver demand and the price rising. When silver demand is up, the price is up almost exactly with it. If you ever seen a chart of silver demand versus the price, it looks identical. And we know demand over the next 10 years is going to be booming. So what does that tell you for the price? Overall, the consultancy expects the steadily growing PV market, coupled with further expansion of 5G infrastructure and growing trend of automotive electrification, will help support silver offtake in the electronics sector. So, whether it's the industrial side of things, whether it's the dollar collapsing as we're $30 trillion in debt, whatever angle you want to look at it, all is pointing towards higher silver prices, inevitably higher silver prices. So I want to pass the question to all of you. What year do you think silver is going to have that spark of explosive pricing that we all talk about? I mean, triple digit silver. I always say around the year 2025, but some people are saying a lot sooner. See, when I base my forecast, my prediction, from the year 2025, I'm going off of, by then the silver shortage can't be swept under the rug. By then we'll be deep enough into the Green New Deal. By then there literally won't be any silver for this for this whole entire operation of flooding the world with solar panels, and especially since by 2030 every automobile company is going to be electric. So by then, in the next 3 years, we'll be deep enough into that as well. I mean, I think by the year 2025, that's when the entirety of of silver's essential aspect, or the essential role it plays in the world, for the world to go green, as we're trying to save the planet from climate change and global warming. And silver would be the reason we can't do that. When people realize that, that's when I think silver will hit triple digits. But like some other people are saying, it could be a lot sooner, because that is one reason it would. But what about the dollar side of things? What about the US dollar being the world reserve currency? What about the petrodollar? What about all these other factors that you also have to incorporate? And like Andy Scheckman said, when I brought up triple digit silver for the reasons I just previously gave, he said yes, he agrees with all that, but then incorporating the BRICS nations and the petrodollar and yada yada yada, it could be a lot sooner. So regardless, like I said, it's not an if, it's just a when. Some people are saying before winter because of the energy crisis and what that would expose. So whether you want to invest for, if you think it's going to explode in 5 months or 5 years, you need to be buying it right now, because I can tell you one thing: $20 or $19.59 for an ounce of silver is extremely undervalued, and I guarantee there's going to be some day where we will wish we could build a time capsule and go back in time to the day we could buy silver for $19.59. Maybe someone's watching this video 5 years from now, and they'll be saying, man, I remember when Silver Slayer made this video. Look at silver's price. It was only $19.59. Man, I wish I would have bought silver when this video was posted, as this video is posted today. So it's almost like we could see ahead of time. We're almost like psychics. If you could step out of yourself, step out of all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and all the stuff that keeps you from purchasing, that really is the BS. I mean, the irrational decision making coming from usually fear, or just the lack of faith in silver. A lot of people do need validation. It's sad, but a lot of people really do need validation and confirmation the price can go up. And that's usually why when silver is $30, most people are buying, and when silver is $18, most people are selling. It's supposed to be buy low, sell high, not buy high, sell low. That is literally the opposite of what you're supposed to do. But when the price is high, your thoughts are validated. Hey, silver's up. See, it's in the green. I should get into it. But that's actually when you could be selling, because that means it's in overbought territory and a correction is going to be occurring fairly soon. Not saying sell at $30. I'm just saying if you did want to cash out a little bit, you cash out at the tops, not at the bottoms. And we know when it's down to $18, it is going to go back up. I mean, if you think that $18 is a top for silver and it won't ever go past that, then don't invest into anything in your entire life, because that means you don't understand the value of silver, but even more importantly, you don't understand the value of a dollar. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I wanted to really pass the question to you. Do you think that silver will hit triple digits by the year 2025 like I'm predicting? Or do you think it could be a lot sooner? Maybe next year, maybe the year 2023, 2024. Let me know in the comment section below. And remember, if you did want to enter my 60,000 subscriber silver giveaway, you want to enter it now, because I'm gaining hundreds of subscribers per day. My channel is booming, and I cannot thank you all enough for that. It's kind of overwhelming, to see this, as last year my channel was basically dead. I was gaining 100 subscribers in maybe an entire month. Now I'm gaining multiple hundreds in an entire day. I know my content is better now. I know I'm putting a lot more time and work in and networking and stuff, but still, it's just crazy to see how things can change as long as you keep working hard. You stay consistent, and just keep your head up. I easily could have gave up. A lot of channels would have a lot of channels have given up. I remember so many channels that They couldn't do it because the viewership wasn't there and they thought it wasn't worth it, or they weren't making enough money or whatever. Regardless, all I'm saying is I'm very, very grateful where my channel is right now, and I can promise you things are only going to get bigger from here. I'm going to keep growing. I got a lot of big plans, big ideas, ahead, and especially since I have building relationships with, the biggest names in the industry, David Morgan, Andy Schechtman, who can put me in contact with anyone. Keith Newmeyer, he was just with Keith a couple weeks ago. Big Swear, I mean, anyone I idolize or look up to, I can basically get in contact with nowadays, which I'm going to use to my advantage, but not for my own personal advantage, only to be able to pick their brains and give the content, the substance that we need to hear about silver on my platform. If I'm going to interview David Morgan, that's not for me, that's so I can post a video for you all to hear what he has to say. And I'm just grateful I can do that. And same with the Miles Franklin thing. I can offer you deals that most people can't, especially building a relationship with Andy Schechtman, which can fill $50 million orders, which can match any price or beat it, that can hook you up and do anything, anything you need, he will basically do for you. And I'm very grateful I can do that for my audience. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you did want to purchase from Miles Franklin, just send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Their website will be up soon, but until then, buying is just as easy. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. That's also a way to support me for free. All the hard work I put in, the videos you're watching are free. So if you did want to go the extra mile, you could let them know Silver Slayer sent you. I know Andy would be happy to hear that, as I am new to the company. He wants to see me pulling in, doing my part, which I have. And I don't know, just a lot of big things have been happening lately, and I'm trying to stay level-headed. It's kind of overwhelming. All I know is I'm just going to keep doing what I do, keep posting daily silver stacking videos, and let the rest kind of fall into place. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.